Have you ever woken up with $1 million idea, only to spend the entire day scrolling through your phone and whispering to yourself, "I'll start tomorrow"? In a small apartment in the heart of downtown Chicago, lived a young man named Chris. Chris was 24, possessed one of the sharpest minds you could imagine, and had a running list of app ideas that could literally change the world. He often told his friends at the local coffee shop, "One day, my face will be on the cover of Forbes. I'm going to build a tech empire that makes Silicon Valley look twice." Everyone believed him because Chris was genuinely brilliant. But Chris had a silent demon living inside him: procrastination disguised as big goals. He set up perfect planners on his MacBook, but his screen always ended up on useless entertainment tabs. Chris's world was a cycle of tomorrows that never actually arrived. Part 2. Rising Action. One Friday evening, as the city traffic hummed outside, Chris's grandfather stopped by. A retired engineer who had built a machining business from nothing. He found Chris slumped on the sofa, surrounded by pizza boxes and a gaming screen. The old man placed 2 external hard drives on the table, one ocean blue, the other ash gray. He said, "Chris, I know you have big dreams, but a dream without discipline is just a hallucination. I have 2 legacies for you." He pointed to the blue drive. "This is the achievement drive. Every time you write a line of code, make a cold call, or put in an hour of real work, save it here. It will power your future." Then he pointed to the gray one. "This is the procrastination drive. Every time you choose TikTok over your craft, or say, 'I'll do it later,' save that junk data here. It will automatically sync and consume your entire system. The choice is yours, but remember, whichever drive fills up first will define your life." Chris laughed it off, thinking his grandfather was being overly dramatic. "I'll fill the blue one in no time, Grandpa," he promised. But the moment the door closed, a new game notification popped up. Chris told himself, "Just one round. I'll start the blue drive tomorrow morning." Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. Whenever he felt guilty, Chris would glance at the blue drive, but in reality, he was unconsciously plugging in the gray drive every single day just to kill time. 3 months later, the opportunity of a lifetime arrived. A top-tier Silicon Valley VC firm announced a flash online pitching competition. The winner would secure a $500,000 seed investment. This was Chris's ticket to the Forbes cover. Chris fired up his computer, his heart racing. All he had to do was finalize the app demo he'd been talking about for months. But when he plugged in the achievement drive, blue, it was empty. No new code. No finished business plan. Panicked, he tried to access his main system, but the screen suddenly went pitch black. A red error message flashed: "System overload, 100% corrupted." The procrastination drive, gray, had auto-synced and spread malware through his entire computer. Months of mindless browsing and junk data from bad habits had choked his operating system. There were only 30 minutes left until the pitch. Chris frantically tried to recover his files. He shouted in frustration, slamming his desk, sweat pouring down his face. But the computer was paralyzed. He looked in the mirror and realized a terrifying truth. His broken computer was a reflection of his own mind, cluttered with garbage and stagnation, leaving no room for action. The Zoom notification pinged on his phone, then went silent. He missed the slot. Chris slumped into his chair, surrounded by the darkness of his apartment and the haunting silence of a future that had just slipped through his fingers. Chris sat motionless in the dark for hours. The silence of Chicago had never felt so heavy. He looked at the gray drive, the thing he thought was harmless, now a tumor that had devoured his dream. The next morning, Chris didn't wait for the sun to be high in the sky. He woke up at 5 a.m. He didn't touch his phone. He took his computer and the 2 drives to his grandfather's workshop. With red eyes from lack of sleep and regret, he said, "Grandpa, I lost everything. Procrastination corrupted my system." His grandfather didn't scold him. He handed him a professional cleaning kit and pointed to the machine. "Hardware can be reset, Chris. But your mindset? You have to scrub that yourself. Start by deleting the trash." Chris began a painful process. He deleted the gaming apps, blocked the distracting websites, and reinstalled his entire OS. He started writing the first lines of code again, from scratch. Sometimes, the old urge to check out, or do it tomorrow hit him, but every time it did, He looked at the calluses on his hands from working in the shop to remind himself of the cost of laziness. He stopped dreaming about Forbes and started focusing on finishing one single feature every day. 2 years later, there was no overnight miracle, but there was a relentless transformation. Chris was no longer the guy who talked about tomorrow. His app finally launched, not with a massive media explosion, but with the steady trust of thousands of real users. He had built his business on the data stored in that blue achievement drive. His grandfather visited his new office, smiling at his grandson, who was busy but calm. Chris finally understood. Success in America isn't for the smartest people in the room. It's for the most disciplined. My friend, Chris's story, just like the seeds in the field, is a mirror for your own life. Inside every one of us are two hard drives. One for effort, discipline, and action. The other for procrastination, laziness, and excuses. Laziness doesn't require you to do anything. It spreads like malware on its own and destroys your future. But ambition? Ambition must be fed every day with sweat and focus. Don't wait until your life system flashes corrupted to start regretting. Don't wait for tomorrow. Plug in your action drive today. Delete the junk files holding you back. Because time is the only resource you can't reformat once it's gone. If this story was the wake-up call you needed, hit that like button and comment, "I am starting today to commit to your dreams." Let's grow our ambition together. Subscribe for more stories that build a better you.